What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
Obviously, the Lakers are not the team that Tyler and I were hoping that they would be this year yet. I think they're about maybe what John thought they were going to be. But I do think it does feel like they've found something a little bit. And there's an interesting conversation around that. They're 5-0 with Bron at center. Certainly, if you look at the teams in the West, you're not the teams at the top of the pile. I mean, you know, the Warriors play a very small lineup. The Suns obviously have Ayton, but I don't personally feel, as much as I love Ayton, I don't think he's turned into I'm going to maul you in the paint 7 out of 7 games in a playoff series consistent level of a dude yet. It kind of makes you ask some interesting questions, especially as Malik Monk looks like the bargain of the fucking decade. And you've got Kendrick Nunn coming back. AD is hopefully coming back with a little bit of the weight he put on off to just kind of admit he's not really going to bang on dudes. He tried to do that at the beginning of the season. It really wasn't working. So, Tyler, you said, I mean, Bron is still at the top of his fucking game somehow, bro, or near the top of his game. Do we have action here to where maybe Lakers fans, Bron fans can kind of start getting their hopes up a little bit?
You know, we always wondered what old man Bron would look like. I think a lot of us thought he'd move to the 4 and be a back to the basket type guy, but this might be the next evolution of Bron, and Bron at the 5. The thing about moving Bron to the 5 is, you know, when you didn't have him at the 5, when you had him at the 3 or whatever, you know, you had a big man there who wasn't a shooter, right? You put Bron at the 5, you can put him out there with 4 shooters. You know what I'm saying? You can't put Dwight or fucking DeAndre ain't spotting up in that corner for a 3. You feel me? So, you know, Bron is at the 5. You know, you can put 4 shooters on the floor with him. You know, you're putting Bron on the low block where you're giving him all this space, and where before he used to operate, you know, at the top of the key, overseeing all the shit, quarterback and the shit. Now you're kind of putting him in the eye of the spacing storm where he can see so much from, you know, inside out. And he's also being, you know, the role guy on the pick and roll, and he's being phenomenal at that. That's something that he's done before, you know, in his career a lot.
Yes.
But he's doing it a whole lot more this season and just being phenomenal in that role.
And he and Russ in that role are what I thought Russ and AD were going to be. He and Russ in the pick and roll are like, you can see the opposing bench tighten their butt cheeks when they go into that action.
Right. Yeah. So it's like I said, this might be the next evolution. I don't know what we do when AD comes back. Maybe they just keep AD at the 4, or maybe this is Bron, you know, doing some Bron shit and showing you, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. If my old ass can do it, bro, you can do it. You're fucking 10 years younger than me. But yeah, he's been putting up crazy numbers. Let me read his per 36 numbers at the 5.
Oh shit.
It's 32.1 points on a 61, 48, 83 shooting split. Fucking ridiculous. 9.9 rebounds, 6.5 assists to 2 turnovers, and 1.8 steals and 1.5 blocks. Just fucking ridiculous numbers. Like, if you just put those numbers on a fucking sheet of paper, no names, and you say this is a center, you say, okay, this guy's probably the best center in the league. You know what I mean? So,
and I want to just emphasize before John jumps in, 2 years ago, I was so excited that Bron was getting listed at point guard. He'd obviously been a ball handling 3. Like, this motherfucker changed the game at the 1 and the 5 within a 2-year span, both years after he's post-retirement age for 99% of NBA players ever. This shit does not make any fucking sense.
That's why he's the GOAT.
2 years ago, he's leading the league in fucking assists. Now he looks like the best we've seen him in a Laker jersey. We're keeping it a stack for these last few games, you know what I'm saying, at the center. And I mean, like, if you look at his numbers throughout the year, I mean, just fucking insane. This might be the best Bron we've seen in the Lakers jersey. I don't think he's, you know, come on. We're not talking about peaks with Bron, 2012, come on. That nigga, you know what I'm saying, totally different. But it's been wild as fuck to see. And I won't say, I think KD and Giannis are still the 2 best players in the league. But during the season, like, Steph looked like the best player, you know what I'm saying? And right now, LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. I don't know what that means for the Lakers in the playoffs. I still don't necessarily believe in them. But I mean, like Tyler's been saying, you can't really doubt this Bron when this Bron is doing this type of Bron shit. At the 5 now, we saw it, like you said, we saw him at the 1, leading the league in assists. There's no telling what he's going to fucking do.
Well, Braun also so there's two competing narratives here about what the Lakers' recent success with 4 straight wins mean. They're playing the Grizzlies tonight. We'll see how that goes. On the one hand, Braun flat out said a lot of people were talking a lot of shit. We started getting our guys back and we're good. Big fucking surprise.
But they don't have their guys back. AD's not playing.
Kendrick Nunn's coming back. Yeah, but I mean, you obviously see what the dudes who come back are, are doing on the floor. And specifically, his point was, look, Frank Vogel was brought here to figure out the defense. I was brought here to figure out the offense. The defense has looked like absolute fucking dog shit through the start of the season. And is looking better. And that's Braun's point is, well, look, we're not starting a new starting lineup literally every single game. Like I think they set a Lakers franchise record for how many different lineups they were running out there. So, there's something to that. On the opposing viewpoint, there's something to the fact that they go 4-0 against 4 teams that are not particularly good.
Can they keep Malik Monk next year, though? Like, nobody wanted him this year except for the Lakers. Like, he's almost 50 and 40, like I told Tyler. 50-40 guy we got for Aldi low prices. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy that we like, and what he's been doing is great. Is there any chance we keep him next year?
I mean, Bron loves him. You know what I mean? If you're a Laker who Bron loves, that's a pretty sweet spot to be in. You know what I mean?
For $900K.
Yeah, he might lock in for one more year if the Lakers pull off get a ring or some crazy shit. He might lock in for one more year, but other than that, it's payday, bro.
I think it's more likely he's traded as part of a package for someone that helps this year than that he re-signs next year. Just because the salary that dude is making is, if you look at those charts, that's like salary value to production, he's like by far on the worst contract.
$900,000, averaging 12 points a game, shooting almost 50 and 40 from the fucking field.
He's averaging 12 points a game, but if you look at him in the last 2 weeks, especially as they've started to kind of figure out what the offense is going to look like, he's averaging in the 20s. But
12 points a game is like I remember, this is a different league, but I remember like when what's your boy name played point guard for the Kings during the
Bibby.
Bibby was, it's a totally different league, right? But when
I love a Mike Bibby reference.
Yeah. He was. I remember looking him up because I was like, how like this? Because he was totally different in the playoffs than he was in the regular season. You know what I mean? Playoffs against the Lakers, he was just dragging nuts everywhere. He averaged like 14 points a game, and he was top 50 in the league in scoring. Like not a lot of people are averaging 12 points a game in the league. Even now is a good score for 900,000. That is a 5-point per game player right there. You know what I'm saying?
It's a stupid contract. I'm very happy he's on it. I have loved the conversations about LeBron getting this over on Michael Jordan as being a better GM while Bron is still playing.
The GOAT.
MJ was literally slapping Malik Monk on the back of the head. You know what I mean? And putting him fucking 10th in the rotation and shit. And Bron is like, you are a young superstar. Like, believe in yourself like I believe in you.
Numbers, though, they weren't as bad as not wanting him in the league anymore, though. That's how bad of a, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad of a job that MJ was doing with him. Like, he was a decent player still. Like, but nobody wanted him, even for the fucking minimum. That's insane.
To answer John's question, my feeling about Malik Monk is that he's going to be like a DeMar DeRozan. We had a chance to sign DeMar DeRozan at a discount, but the discount is like someone will give you a 10% discount if they love Bron, right? They're not going to give you a fucking $7 million a year discount. So I don't know. I would love it because I trust me, I'm rooting for that dude so fucking hard. That is such a fun story, and he's such a fun player. But I'm just, here to enjoy the time that we have together in the moment.
Just enjoying the ride, baby.
We'll worry about the future when we get there, my nigga. But yeah.